Hi, welcome to Dating for Dumbasses. One of the hardest parts of online dating is introducing yourself. Writing that first message to someone you're interested in can be overwhelming, difficult, and at times even a little bit scary. The bad news is, there's a lot of white noise out there, and people are getting pretty good at starting to filter it out. The good news is, if we can figure out a way to make ourselves stand out from the screaming masses, well then, that's fucking gravy. But before we talk about what a message should look like, we should probably take a look at what it shouldn't look like. There are three main types of bad messages. I really recommend that yours don't look like any of these. The first is the checkbox. Hi, I really liked your profile. Anyway, if you liked mine, you should write me back. Lots of people do this because it's easy and they're not really sure what else to write. The problem is, it's really nothing more than a variation on the old third grade, I like you, do you like me? If yes, please check this box classic. It gives no real indication that you've read their profile, and really doesn't give them any reason to bother reading yours. Up next is the Rambler.
I saw your profile online, and I thought it was so cool that we both liked Futurama. When I was younger, I used to watch a lot of Reading Rainbow, and I saw that you liked Reading Rainbow. When I was 14, I got to go see Star Wars for the first time in the theater, and that was really cool. What's your favorite character? My favorite character is Bender because he can bend things, but then Han didn't shoot first, it was Greedo. And I just thought that was bullshit. And LeVar Burton was on Star Trek The Next Generation. Because I heard Russian's really cool, and so I was wondering if you'd teach me some Russian. Anyway, I think you're really cute, and I wonder if you want to go out sometime. So if you want to go out sometime, here's my cell phone number, and my email address, and my home address.
Seriously, this is just way too much. I know throughout that whole 9-paragraph email that you sent out to that person that you're interested in, you were sure that you were consistently witty, charming, and interesting throughout the entire thing. But the truth of the matter is, the longer you go on, the more opportunities you are giving yourself to put your foot in your mouth. So for now, let's just keep it simple. Finally, there's... well, just don't ever fucking do this. Sup, slut? Looking to get my dick wet? How about you let me break my cock off in your ass? Seriously, I can smell the Axe body spray from here. It shouldn't have to be said, don't be a douchebag. Also, never underestimate the value of good spelling, punctuation, and grammar. NetSpeak is like online dating kryptonite. Just don't do it. Alright, now that we've got that out of the way and we've looked at a few things that shouldn't be in a first message to somebody, let's take a look at a few things that make a good first message. 1. It should show that you've read her profile. It doesn't have to be anything huge, and you don't need to go gushing about it. It just needs to show that you have a point of common interest and you've actually bothered to read their profile. In fact, it might seem a little counterintuitive, but you probably don't want it to be something too big. For example, if she mentions that she likes Star Wars on her profile, it's a pretty good chance that every geeked out fanboy in a 30-mile radius has already pointed that out to her, and she's probably getting a little tired of it. Instead, go for something a little bit on the small side. If she likes guys with glasses, let her know that you wear glasses, but you're only keeping them until you get LASIK. If she likes Japan, talk about the last time you went or how much you want to go as well. If she likes Super Mario Brothers, let her know how much you hated those fucking water levels. Just make sure it's something small and quick, and it lets her know you've actually read what she's written. 2. It should ask an open-ended question. As in, a question that can't be answered with a simple yes or no. If your question requires someone to think about how they feel about something, they're going to invest more in that interaction. So for example, a bad question would be, do you like Mexican food? A good question would be, what's your favorite Mexican restaurant? Actually, those are both terrible questions and they're horribly boring. Try to be more interesting. This is why you can't get dates. 3. It should be light in tone and brief. Here, brevity is going to be our friend. Like I said before, the longer you go, the more chances you're going to have to screw something up. Really, your first message shouldn't be any more than 3 to 5 sentences long. 3 to 5. That's it. 3 to 5 sentences is all you're going to need to indicate that you've read their profile, ask an open-ended question, and do some light flirting. Now I know what you're thinking here. That still seems really short, but try to keep 2 things in mind. The first is that even with all the optimizing we're trying to do here, the majority of the messages you send out aren't going to get responses. So the hour of your life you dumped into that 3-page perfectly crafted introduction is probably wasted. And 2, you really shouldn't think of this as anything more than an attention grabber. Your only goal here is to get her to go look at your perfectly crafted profile, find out she's interested in you, and have an excuse to write you back. And as for tone, at no point should you ask for their name, personal contact information, or try to push for a meeting in person. All these things are likely to be interpreted as being too aggressive and get you shut down. So again, keep it light. So that's it. Now keep in mind all of these are guidelines, not rules, so there may be times where it's appropriate to modify them or even throw them out the window entirely. But I think by following some of these few simple suggestions, you can really help improve your chances of hearing back from somebody when you write them for the first time online. Or not, whatever, it's a giant fucking crapshoot anyway.